Hey, there you are. So it is a beautiful morning out here at the river house, and you might notice we're actually at the river today. We are super close to start stacking rocks on the wall, and the idea of picking one rock up at a time and driving from wherever it is all the way back to the wall with the excavator is a silly idea. You know, the front two idlers are not in tip-top shape. It occasionally tries to climb a little out of its tracks, and just it'd be miles and miles and miles. So my thought was, originally somebody here locally was giving away a 1943 Frug bomb trailer. You know, it's 18,000 pound GVW and only 10 feet long and 5 feet wide. It turned out by free, they meant free except for the brand new lights and the brand new tires that they had just put on in 1998. $1,200. So I said thanks but no thanks, and I was trying to figure out how could I build something I could just tow behind the excavator and haul these rocks to the wall site and move, you know, 3 or 4 at a time instead of 1 at a time. And it occurred to me that I had this old ferry landing monstrosity down here. So what we're here today to do is disassemble the old ferry landing, because I want the steel that I can then turn into skis, that I can turn into a platform that I can drag behind the excavator so that I can haul rocks to the wall site. It all makes sense in the end, I think. Oh, there's the end of a job that took 4 hours longer than it was supposed to. You know, I've allowed myself to be talked out of buying my own demolition saw like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now. Good Lord. What I spent in abrasives and sawzall blades, time, but it paid for itself first shot. But it is done. The ferry landings are gone. They're loaded on the trailer. I have 2 different size twisted big sea channels, and that'll become the rock skids. And Shay worked his butt off today. So I think.
And don't forget those those little disc things that blew up.
Yeah, you know that old saying, "It Harbor Freight's good enough for abrasives." No, I've never seen such fragile cut-off discs. I just blew through one after another. Oh.
One piece of steel after another.
One piece of steel after another. Well, now it's time to pick up the time-lapse camera. It's been a beautiful day. Even with the rain, it's sure beautiful. Hold on, bud. This one, you have to hold down the back button till it does its thing. And then it can be turned off. Sure been a beautiful day. It's been a productive day. If if we had the saw, I'd have been in the middle of welding right now, but it'd have been almost done. It's 6, and I just don't have it in me. And I know Shay doesn't have it in him, so I think we're done. Guarantee you, Shay, there's a rainbow out here somewhere right now. I don't know where it is, but it's out here right now somewhere with this sun coming. Oh, it's beautiful, the rain on the hills. Let's get this up the hill and dumped, and then let's cause a ruckus and drive that thing back up. I think I'm going to take the trailer first, and then I'll walk back down and come for it. Lock up behind me.
Dad, you're not going to bother to unload it.
No, we're just going to unhook the trailer.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I wasn't recording. I got to do it over. I wasn't recording. So I keep talking about our waterfall running, and it's running today. It's not as big, and it doesn't last as long as Mr. McDonald's, which is over there, but it's ours, our own little waterfall that we get when it rains. Oh man, the new camera lens makes it fuzzy when it zooms in. That's better. That's the wide angle adapter on this camera. Unfortunately, I guess makes it a little blurry when it's all the way zoomed in, but yeah, that's our waterfall. We're gonna definitely hike up there. Gonna hike up there and see what there is to be seen. Maybe this Sunday. I think we're both too exhausted to do it right now, though I'm half tempted. Nah, somebody's gonna get hurt. I know you got a sneak preview, but I thought you might like to see how far we've gotten it so far. Really how far it's going to be honest with you. So, again, must have been a waterfall or water running down it at some point, which is why it's so smooth. That is cave floor. It still goes an unknown amount in that direction of some sort. I doubt it's going to go too much farther, probably less than 3 feet, and it goes an unknown amount of direction that way. But this is largely back wall. However, oh, you can't get inside of it. And we have decided that it is a legit cave, even if it's not, because we really wanted a legit cave. So, and I told Shay that if we end up with some extra time and extra compound, that maybe we could, you know, do a few blasts in there to take out that hump right there. But I couldn't really build a wall in front of it anyways, you know, without knowing what was there. So I'll remove another probably 2 feet straight across, and I'll reslope it again, and then I'm going to tie in up there, and I'm going to tie in at the bottom. And I'm even contemplating, it kind of depends on him, whether he wants me to try to come across. I don't think so. I'm going to have water hooked up here soon. I'm using an old propane tank as a makeshift pressure tank, just hung upside down from a post. So I'll be able to have pressurized water up here. It's something we've never been able to have. I can have a hose wide open, but not, you know, with a pressure switch and turn it on and off. And so once I get that figured out, I'm gonna come in here and we'll clean off what we can, and we'll wash down and get a look at it. Not for a while. So, or who knows, maybe if a kiddo wants to play with the water and get muddy, this might be something that Dad can just turn him loose. Like, hey, go ahead and wash this thing all the way across. But, yeah. So we did end up seeing our rainbow. It was right over there. I was right, but my Napa filter order is in. Dang, I mean, the link belt filter was $100 for the outer and $50 for the inner, so getting them half off was kind of cool. So for the price of 2 of those, I've got one for the army truck, and 2 or 3 for the backhoe, and another one for that. And anyways, yeah, sale's about over, but if you ever get a chance, that Napa fleet and filter sales is a pretty good deal. I'm tired. We're gonna go home. I think we're gonna get him some orange slices, or who knows, we might stop at the store, and he's made some rumbling about Peeps. Get some Peeps or vanilla ice cream or something. It'll be just the boys tonight and maybe tomorrow. Mom and Dad are coming up tomorrow, and we're gonna set the transit out and survey, and once more, you know, just get things dialed in a little closer. It kind of stinks that this was an entire day on that one process, but first, that thing's done now, and it's done forever, and it's not down there anymore, and that'll make the wife happy. And the old cowboy that stopped by and tried to steal it, you know, I hate being used, right? So I don't know if I told the story earlier or not, but early on when we were cleaning down there, an old cowboy stops by and he says, oh, all my chains are underneath that. All my chains are underneath that. So I told him, sure, you know, I'll come down one day and lift it up, and I'll stockpile all your chains in a safe spot and absolutely get them back to you. It seemed odd to me that you would leave your chains down underneath those platforms for the last 15 years, but you know, I've done strange things too. And then we talked for other stuff for a little while, and then he slipped in there, so, oh yeah, so I'll get down here soon, and I'll take that all apart, and I'll get that steel out of there for you, and pick up my chains and be on my way. And I was like, no, that's not what we talked about. So he tried to pull a fast one, so I shut everything down. And believe it or not, I did find one broken chain underneath the thing, so I guess there's a little bit of truth to the old cowboy story. It's only got a hook on one end, and it's quite clear that it has had the piss beat out of it. But it is a 3/8 chain with one hook. So there was a chain underneath of it. I'll give him that. And I'll give you guys a thanks for watching. I'm going to take a little guy home. He worked his butt off. And he earned a treat. Have a great day.